Hi guys, I'm Andy, welcome back to Scottish Dream Productions and another video. I'm starting this one literally the second after I've just finished editing the other video. I was literally stood right there. So I'm trying to record videos in mass so I can schedule them and just get ahead on videos and get them out. So today I'm just going through a quick rundown of what's going on at the railway recently. So welcome to the life of a volunteer at Heritage Railway. So this is a space a lot of you won't see if you come to this railway. This is our conservation room. Basically tons of archive stuff like signals. I mean, we've got so many things from the, if you look at that, that is Blackpool North number 3. I think over here we've got Blackpool North number 1. And I think somewhere, well, there's Blackpool South. There you go, that's better. And I think over here, we've got all these station names, all these parts, desks, chairs. Got all this stuff over here. And really, all it really needs is some work on. So at some point, a lot of us are going to get up here and work on this. I mean, even look at this. Some of the Ribble steam signs that should be along the Guild Wheel, because a lot of them, well, I think a few of them were taken down. I mean, look at this, there's some sort of like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like some sort of valve gear demonstration. We've got something similar down in the museum, which I'll show you in a minute. But for now, let's move on to the museum, see what's going on down there. So obviously here we are in the museum. Obviously we got one of NRM's babies that they, for some reason, keep renewing the lease to. We think it's because it's too small to be in their collection, but they think, you know, we're doing a good job taking care of it, so they've, you know, decided to keep it here for us, which is very kind of them. Got Alexander, which has been in hiding for a while, but since the pug has left, I'm not sure where it's gone. Alexander's come back in the museum to take its place, and that over there is the Class 47 cab, D1687, which I believe we're trying to turn into a sort of 47 simulator. I've had an idea that we could do it to simulate a Class 47 going along our railway. What do you think? Queen Mary, my favourite loco in the museum, efficient. Love that thing. It really does simulate sort of a working loco looking, how grubby it would have been. When really that's just the aftermath of, you know, covering it in diesel to make it really shiny, and then over time the diesel's just eaten away at the paint. So don't know, yeah, look at the running board as well. This does not look good. So as far as I know in the museum, that's gorgeous. So as far as I know in the museum, nothing much is changing. So as far as I know in the museum, nothing is really changing, except maybe a few things get moved around here and there, like these luggage trolleys. I think every running day we try and get them out onto the platform. I can't really think of anything that's changing as of recently. The only thing that's going to be changing at some point is if you live in the Preston area, then you'll know Transport Models. You'll know that they're shutting down fairly soon. And we have decided to, as of the Thursday of recording this video, we are going to go down there, pick up some stuff, because this layout is in dire need of some work. And if you saw the Repairing Ribble Valley Railway video, you know that track 3 is in complete need of repair. And as the first open day of the year is tomorrow, where we're running the German 4-wheel rail bus, we decided to just put it back together for now, have 3 trains running, the 68, the Sentinel, and Normandy. I'm just going to leave track 3 until Thursday, where we can go to Transport Models and pick up some bits. and then hopefully we can get it going for the Steam Gala. Also, I know this isn't too new, but this is something that wanted to be done for a while. We finally got perspex on Krenstead Dock, as people were just constantly messing about with everything and breaking it all. I mean, if you look, I'm not quite sure where it was, but you can see sort of damaged bits there where one of these milk churns were, some pallets. You can see there's damage. One of the buffers are missing on the tanker. And really all that is just to do with kids, you know, not learning how to read. Do not touch this model. This was the same with my layout. I had a big, and I mean very big sign on it saying do not touch this. And kids still touched it. It's just annoying. So what can you expect from videos like these? A day in the life of a volunteer, or I don't know what I'm going to title this. Whatever that title is down there. I don't know. What can you expect from these videos? Well, basically, I'm going to try and cover every angle possible I can at the railway, give you guys updates other than Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. I prefer just exploring the railway, seeing what's changed, and doing updates. Like what engine's been worked on, wagons, what events are coming up. Literally, you'll be seeing this on Thursday, so as of this video going live, the opening day would have been yesterday, so it went great, I hope. And yeah, it's just going to be one of those where I record in advance and then let you guys know what's going on and what happened. I believe there is currently a race, well, not really a race, but it's very close between Walkden and Hornet. I believe one, I think, is a Hunslet Austerity, and the other is a Peckett. Hornet is the Peckett, Walkden is the Hunslet. Did I say Quarry Hunslet? I'm not sure. But both of them are very, very close to completion. Hornet is looking the best it's looked in years. It's on its wheels, it's moving. Windle is looking amazing. There's just been so much progress. I think this year is going to be the year that engines just fly out the shed in service. I mean, that workshop is never, ever, ever going to be empty of locos, because there's always going to be something to work on. Speaking of workshop, let's head over and have a look. So here we are in the workshop, as you can see, and we've got a lovely bit of restoration going on. Well, not going on, but it's in progress in front of me. Now, some of this may not seem, you know, impressive to some of you, but this is the best this wagon has looked in a long, long time. And there's two more out in the yard, which we will look at later. But what I believe the plan is that the chairman, Dave Watkins, I believe these are his wagons, and they're all being done up and they're all being made to look like the Preston Corporation wagons, which was ran back in the good old Preston Dock days. So we're going to recreate one of the Preston Dock trains. So this is one wagon that's a bit in progress, a bit far off. There are two more out there in the yard, and then down here there's something else. So I've just had a chat to one of the guys who is working on these, and he's also worked on bringing Walkden back into service. And in front of me, he's also working on this. Now this is what I believe is a box van that's been taken to pieces. It's got quite a lot of work done. Apparently needs a lot more metal, painting, etc, etc. When that's done, I think it'll look really nice. And if some of you came to a Steam Gala a good couple of years ago, you will recognise this. It is a pallet van that was in one Steam Gala and then never got used again. Same with the banana van, which was a real shame, because I actually quite like that banana van. It looked really good. Apparently it's not actually a banana van, it's just been painted to, you know, be made to look like a banana van. But hey, what can you do? I mean, Courageous isn't actually Courageous, it's just been renamed and repainted to look like Courageous. But still, it's awesome. So those are probably going to be worked on to be brought into a Steam Gala maybe late this year or mid next year, I'm not sure. Don't take any actual deadlines from me, just take, you know, gradual rumours. Now, one of you who commented on my Ribble Steam Railway compilation video, you'll be well aware of what this loco is. It was at the Strathspey Railway for a while, and this is the latest progress. It's on its wheels, it's being worked on, it's got its cab, part of the boiler. It's a while off yet, but I can't remember the name off the top of my head, so I'll put his name here. You, sir, are going to get as many updates on this as you like, and I will let you know what's going on. Now, moving on to that thing. Now, if you've been with this YouTube channel for a while, you know that I have a model of this, and it's LMS Ivor counterpart that run at Keithley Valley Railway. This is obviously Keithley Valley Railway, USA tank number 72. Now, it was meant to be ready for the 50th anniversary of the Keithley Valley Railway, but I'm starting to think it's not even going to be ready for the 60th. Because looking at it, it's been in this state, oh god, where are we, 2020, it's been in this state since 2017, 2018, when it's got its water tanks removed out there. I think they're actually still out there, and Andrew Booth hasn't done anything with them. He's been too busy, you know, doing work on his own locos to get back to this. I think he also has a GWR 2800 class. He said that one was sort of a side burner project. I think that's what he's doing with this one as well. But hey, as soon as there's anything done with this loco, you guys will be the first to know from me. Okay, and another loco that's been in the Ribble Steam Railway workshop for quite some time is this Northwest Gasboard, which also operated at the Keithworth Valley Railway. So the two of them face to face is, you know, sort of monumental. But again, it's been in this state for a long time. I mean, I'm pretty sure, oh god, Hornet's been worked on for less time than this. I'm pretty sure it's going to be ready faster than this. It's just a shame because to get these two running again at the same time would be absolutely fantastic. Maybe even hauling the same train would be fantastic, because I don't think they've shared the same rails in maybe decades, you know, years, months, decades, however long. It's been so long since these two shared the same metals, and now that they're actually here, it's brilliant, but there's nothing being done. I don't know the progress that's going on with this. I know the water tank, the cab, the smoke box, the chassis is looking brilliant, the motion gear is looking fantastic, but I think production has stopped because the chairman, Dave Watkins, he owns Walkden and Hornet, and I believe the two of those are being the main priority right now. And also in the workshop is our blood and custard buffet car, which I believe has had its bogie removed to work on some of the steam heating. We'll go have a look at that later, but for now, let's move further down. Yep, I was right, guys. This is the bogie for the blood and custard buffet car. So that does mean that in there somewhere is the blood and custard buffet car without its bogie. So we'll have a look at that later, but let's have a look at some of these. So this is 272 Grant Ritchie, which is basically a rip-off Andrew Barclay. If you don't know the story behind this, I will do so in an upcoming video. But this is probably one of the jerkiest locos I have ever seen. I explained it in a reading your comments video, and you can see how bad it is. But this little thing has a stand-your whistle, so that automatically means I like it. Now, as far as I know, Grant Ritchie is in working order, and it will be ready for the opening steam gala of the year. So it'll be great to see this thing back in service. And again, if you know Ribble Steam Railway, you will know this. Linda, Hawthorne Leslie loco, which I thought, because of the little pattern on the front, I thought it was a Peckett. But no, it is a Hawthorne Leslie 060 number 21. I believe this was one of two engines. There was a coal-fired one and a gas-fired one. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But this has been the workhorse of Ribble Steam Railway for a long time. Courageous and Grant Ritchie have had probably the worst luck of any engine on the railway that I have seen. But this thing has been an outstanding performer at the railway. It's probably had hot axle box here and there. Shut up, roller shutters. It's probably had a hot axle box here and there, but other than that, this engine has probably been the most reliable loco I've ever seen here at Ribble Steam Railway. So this thing mainly holds a special place in my heart because this was the first ever loco I did a footplate turn on, and it's the one I've done the most footplate turns on. I've even driven this, and it's fantastic fun. The whistle is a bit squeaky, a bit soft I would say, but for what it is and the mileage it's done in this railway and how hard it's worked, it deserves, it deserves cake. Everyone loves cake. I think this engine would love cake. It's just fantastic. I love this thing. As far as I know, it is in working service as well, and it is going to be at the Steam Gala. If not, people will panic. And then finally, we have this. This is courageous, but it's also not courageous. I don't know the original story behind this, but if I find out, I'll put a link in the description. So what's actually going on with this? It is back in service, I think, and it is going to be having something very special done to it at the opening Steam Gala, if it's ready. If not, I'm not going to say anything else, but one of the long-term members of Ribble Steam Railway passed away last year, Dave Manley. He was such a great guy, and he actually helped me get my Shunter's qualification here at Ribble. This is the guy who's working on the box fan. But as far as I know, it is going to be ready in time for the opening Steam Gala, and as far as I also know, it's probably going to have some... I don't know what's going on. All I've heard is that it's something for Dave Manley, so just keep an eye out for that. And yes, it is in working service, and it will be at the Steam Gala, as well as possibly another guest engine. And also, if you are a Ribble Steam veteran, or you've been to the railway many times and visited, you will know this old girl, Stanlow. That was probably backwards for you. Stanlow has been the shunting workhorse of the railway for, oh, Lord knows how long. But once we go into the workshop, you'll see something that technically isn't real or shouldn't be the number it is. I don't like these roller shutters. You'll see something that technically shouldn't exist, but it does exist. It's just the wrong number. And we think it's going to be working on giving Stanlow some time off, because we ran it at a diesel gala and we nearly killed it. I am not kidding. So I think it's a Class 02. Let's go have a look. So it is a bit more noisy in here, but this is where the magic happens. This is the workshop where everything gets repaired, everything gets worked on to keep our trains running. And right in front of me, I was right, is the other piece of the Mark 1 bogie. There she is. And as you can see, she has been jacked up. Now, as far as I know, there are being steam pipes cleaned underneath and reserviced, because I think at the Santa Specials we've had so many issues, we just decided to get it worked on and get it, well, good working order, because our trains are cold and they're not comfortable. So good steam heating is always a bonus. Now onto the loco that's probably had the fastest progress I've seen in a long time. This is Hornet. This is one of the Peckets that the chairman Dave Watkins owns. He claims to hate Peckets, but he's got two of them. He's got this one and he's got Fonmon in the museum. Is the B4 class that Hornby actually came to measure to get their B4 models out this year, or last year, I'm not sure. But this one has seen probably the fastest work I have ever seen. Now for years, this was actually over there, just beyond where the Mark 1 was, jacked up with no wheels, no progress for years. And even the buffer's still damaged from where it got ran into once, but thankfully it didn't knock it over. But ever since Dave Watkins came into ownership of this logo, the progress has just been rapid. Peter Liddell, who's a volunteer here and was also a chairman of the Chorley Model Railway Group. He's been posting constant progress on the Ribble Steam Railway Volunteers and Supporters Facebook group. If you want to get more insight into what's going on in Ribble Steam Railway, go go join that Facebook group. I'll leave a link down in the description below. And also in front of Hornet is the fake O2, which will probably be taking over Stanlow's work when it comes back into service. Now, I did mention that this one technically shouldn't exist because D2870 I don't think existed, so it's technically in the wrong number. And I've just looked at something and I figured out that it is the wrong number. Have a look at this. So that is 2870. And I think that must be a previous owner having a bit of fun, because the actual number is down here on the builder's plate. It's 2677. So, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Honestly, I think it must have been some sort of a practical joke of a previous owner, or maybe even the current owner if he still owns it. It was like when, Andrew Booth, when he was doing up Douglas, his 060 austerity tender engine, he took the late BR number from his Aspinall A-class 52322 and stuck it on the front when the actual A-class was in its early BR numbers. Actually, I think it was early, or was it in its LMS colours? I'm not sure. But 12322 is actually operating at East Lancs. 52322 is the late BR number. He took the late BR number on Douglas when it was actually, it wasn't the A-class, it was Douglas, just in disguise. So that's what I think this is. The same with Courageous. They're just locos in disguise made to fool people. And honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's just a bit of fun. Honestly, if I had the chance, I'd probably rename Daphne, if it ever came to my ownership, Bob. Just for fun. Yeah, enough blabbering about the O2 that's not an O2. Let's go look at something else that's being worked on. Okay, last thing I have that is actually seeing progress is one of the older locos. Well, not older, but one of the locos that's been operating here before. This is, well, what is so far Walkden. It's got its coal bunker, it's on its wheels again. I believe its boiler is being redone. Don't know how far along that is, but I believe that this is Dave Watkins' flagship loco, but I'm starting to think it's getting a little bit replaced by something better. But honestly guys, if this turns out just the same as it did when it was last in service, the cylinders are going to be horribly offbeat. It's going to be quite a bumpy ride, but the chap who's working on it is the same guy I pointed out before who's working on the box van that is just a chassis at the moment. I have every faith in him that he's going to do a fantastic job on this. So with that is everything in the workshop, and I think it's time to wrap it up. But before I do go, I'm going to show you the other wagons, the Preston Corporation wagons that are being done. They look fantastic. There they are in all their glory. So, they're in this nice shiny black. I don't know if you can see at the top of that coal wagon, but it's got some like coal in it. It's not actually filled to the brim, it's just some wood that's raised on planks and they've just smoothly laid a layer of coal at the top. I think they might do the same with this one and the one that's in there. There's now 4 are planned to be done. I don't know if there's any more. There's also British Chips and number 4 over there under a sheet. And I don't know what that one is behind it. Ah well. Lots being done. Progress is, well, very rapid on some projects. Sadly though, for some other projects, Sadly for some other projects though, progress is quite slow, which is a shame, but again, you can't rush everything at the same rate, otherwise problems are going to occur. But for now guys, this video, as of not editing it, is half an hour long, so I'm going to get to editing. Thank you guys for so much. Oh god. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like and a good comment. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike and a bad comment. Is there anything at Ribble Steam Railway that you want to see or would like to know about? Let me know down in the comments below and I'll get to it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next video, and see you later. Bye for now.
Come forth, engine shed. Now it's a home for slain Scotsmen, and I go the rest we do. Lindsay and Lord Nelson, to name yesterday. There's Black Fight and an Ivy, and Barclays there galore. And 90 and the Frenchman, plus many, many more.